How's it going, you guys? D4Lore here, and it is time, my friends and family, for the 25 Facts About Me video. Or 27, thanks to you lovely freaking people. You guys had an overwhelming response in my last secretive, looking like a criminal running away from the police video. Bark noise. but, um, but thanks to you guys, I have all the questions I need to answer. So I'm going to answer them for you. And also, I just wanted to say, I wasn't able to because, I was hiding away at work. But thank you so very much for your overwhelming response about my birthday. I felt really great. I wasn't able to spend the birthday itself with anybody, but I did have a celebration later. But you guys' response about my birthday kept me more than happy the entire day. So thank you so very much for all of that. I cannot thank you enough. So I guess let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and forgive me, please, in advance. If this vlog is a little bit long, it's because I'm going to answer every single one of these the best way I can. The best amount, the best, highest amount. Fill the measuring cup, overflow it with the effort that I'm going to put into this. So, also I'm going to try to give you guys a shout out the best I can with every question, unless I lose it, because I have it typed here and I have the comments here. So let's get started. First question, and a lot of them, which is amazing, comes from Miss Maskarov. Thank you very much. First question is, what is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you? So the scariest thing that's ever happened to me so far in my life was I have two incidences, but this one's the worst because I was a kid at the time. So I was around 8 years old, and my cousin who lived next door at the time loved riding his bike with no handlebars, that whole song. He likes having his hands to his sides, is riding like that. I always wanted to do that as a kid. So when I saw him doing it, I was like, yo, I'm going to do it too, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks easy, he's just doing it, right? All I need to do is let go and keep pedaling. Yeah, that's not how that went down. So the bike that I had was it was a worn out bike. So the handlebars, like the metal, you guys know what I'm talking about, especially in the 90s. The rubber ends peeled off and they went inside, so the metal was exposed. So I was bike riding and I did it, I let go and the handlebars spun out of control. And then 1 second I was sitting on my bike, the next second I was on the ground, and I looked, and my cousin looked white as a ghost, and he ran inside. So I was like, maybe I hit my head, but I didn't hurt in my head. So I started to try to get up, and I realized I wasn't touching the bike at all. But as I got up, the bike was coming up with me, so I thought I was caught on it somehow. And I looked down, and the bike had impaled me. The bike. I still have a scar. It's barely there now because it's been many years. But the bike, the rim, the metal part had impaled me. Not too much to like the patch of skin, the little circle patch of skin was there. It's like a moon scar. You know that Scooby-Doo movie from the 90s? It's like Morgan Moon Scar, just chilling on my stomach. But yeah, I ended up having to take my shirt off and cover the wound and walk to my mom, and she flipped out. But she was trying to remain calm for me. But so anyway, that was the scariest moment because I literally thought I was gonna die. So yeah, there you go. So anyway, have you ever had a religious, spiritual, or paranormal experience? Yes. Mostly because my older sister is into all that spiritual stuff now. Like she's really in it, which is awesome that she found something that she's really into. But I had one of those two moments actually with her and with someone else. I had one of those moments where they, with your chi or something like that, and then they put their hands on your head and they try to focus your energy and they get you to think about specific things, and it's the craziest thing ever. I strongly recommend doing it. If you're an open-minded person, I don't fully believe all that much in a lot of that stuff but I'm an open-minded person. I'm really open-minded at really anything. So I was open to the idea, and I think that's half the battle here, is you have to be open-minded when you go in. But it was weird. My older sister just kind of was working with my chi and made my head feel good. But this one lady that did it was if you think of, you should be thinking about this now. And I was like, holy crap, I actually am. Normally I zone out when I get massages or anything like that. But she was guessing what I was thinking about, and I was like, this is weird. So yeah, that was my experience. Paranormal, Paranormal, I've had I've had quite a few, but that's because it's more like I'm open-minded to it, but I think it's more like a I forgot what it's called, but like the people around me kind of make it so. Like I went to one friend's house and he talking about how haunted the place was, and nothing like you see in the videos happened where I was like, oh, that can't be true, and all of a sudden like in the background you see like the door will like open and then slam, and you're like, oh, paranormal activity. No, nothing like that. Like it was more like he was so in it. He was like, this place is haunted. This place is freaking haunted. And then like we walked around and then one thing like went, and he was like, oh, dude, did you hear that? Freaking ghosts, man. So I was just like, ugly. But I didn't have anything super paranormal yet. But spiritual and religious, I've had moments like that. Religious, okay. So this one, you can chalk it up however you like. But if you stay open-minded, I consider it to be one of those experiences where I'm like, whoa, right? So I had a make or break interview. Like a make or break interview for a big job that I wanted. It was going to be the Xbox manager for Microsoft. For a Microsoft store. Which is big. So I already worked for Microsoft at the time, but they wanted to make sure, you know, and they were like, well, if you like the store manager at the time said if your attendance keeps up and you keep showing off your skills this way, we'll make it so, right? So one day I forgot to set my alarm and I was just sitting there playing video games and I was gonna miss it. Like I was gonna miss that day of work and be late and it was gonna ruin everything because they said if I was late once, it wasn't going down. So I was just sitting there and then out of nowhere, my light in my room, you know that moment when you turn the light on and your light's about to die and it does that bright flash before it goes out? It did that bright flash in 2 separate occasions, but didn't go out. So my light went like, and I was like, what the heck was that? And for some reason, when it blinked the second time, I was just, again, it could be just, you know, it could be anything, you know? But I was just immediately like, what time is it? Like out of nowhere, I was just like, what time is it? And I checked my time and I was like, holy crap, I literally at that moment, I had the exact amount of time I needed to get there. Like when I got there, I was right on time. So I'd chalk it up as that. So that is question number 2, all 3 of them. So question number 3, still coming from Askarov. Yes. What do I believe the gaming world offers that as an escape that the real world doesn't? Now this one's going to be a little bit long. What I believe it to do, in my opinion, and this is another reason why I love writing, is because whenever you write this story and you create this thing, this plot, you're creating an entire universe for people to see. For you are essentially like the writer. You were the god of this world. You created this magnificent story that you are willing for people to see. And that's why, in my opinion, I don't believe in bad writing. Like I used to. But now I'm more open to the thought that everyone has their story and everyone has their thing they create. Now, trust me, there's bad movies out there. There's bad animes. There can be bad everything. But when someone says it's just bad writing, I don't technically agree because it just depends on what audience you're like. I had a debate, more of a one-sided argument really with someone about Sword Art Online. And he just kept going. He kept going to it. This isn't you, Adam. If you watch this video, this isn't you. This is someone else. But my answer will still stand. He was on the point of it's just bad writing. It was bad writing. But in my mind, I'm like, it can't be bad writing because it roped in such a huge audience. Such a huge audience. So in my opinion, it depends on because I mean, that's a whole other video altogether. If you guys want to hear about my take on Sword Art Online, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, in my belief, the gaming world offers an escape to a completely different reality. Whenever, like, some people would say the same thing about books. Books offer, whenever they read it, they're going into this reality and watching these things unfold. But video games, you are the person. You are the main character. Sure, it's all panned out for you, but you have full control over your character. Like, as far as what he does in life, that's why to answer a future question, I'll answer a future question. That's why I like RPGs. RPGs and, not MMOs. For some reason, I'm not into MMOs for some reason. But RPGs and things where I can take control. Like, Like, I control my destiny. Like, I control which side I go on. It's my favorite because you control the story and how it progresses, but that guy created this entire universe. That thought is just monumental to me. It's amazing. And that's why I love video games so much. That's why I have a crap ton of them. Is because I love diving into that world. I love diving into a world that this person helped create, and that with a team of people made the entire world possible. They did their own, whatever you call it, the creation of the universe, the Big Bang, whatever. They did it for this world. This world is theirs, and they're showing it to me. And I'm getting to play it. And when I play it, a lot of gamers know what I'm talking about when I say this, but whenever you play a video game, you don't really think about, oh, how did he play it? Or, oh, like, my friend's playing the exact same thing. You're immersed. Like, Fallout 4. People play Fallout 4, and when they really play it, they think that they're like, in it. This is me. How would I do in this world? However I'm surviving, whatever weapons I have, whatever armor I equipped, this is me. Playing this universe. And that's what I believe. Long answer, I apologize if it was a bad answer, but that's my opinion on it. So, that's my belief. So, the next one, what do I like most about myself? That's a difficult question to answer, because I have self-esteem issues. So, I don't really think I'm that great of a person. But I do have an answer for it. Now, I apologize if it sounds egotistical in advance, but what I like most about myself is my brain, my mind. And as far as not book smarts, I'm talking like just like the way I perceive things, the way I think is by far my favorite because it's what kept me going. Recently, actually, it's only been this way recently. Ever since past, I think 2 years ago, I was a completely different person. But since recently, I feel like I've severely changed. And because of that, I really like my mind. I like the way that I think. I also, coupled with that, I love my humor. I love the way I can think things are funny. And that is what I've carried since I was little, was my humor. And I have loved it ever since. It's the one thing that keeps me going. It's the one thing that makes me, me. And I love it, and I hope you guys do too. And if you don't, I apologize. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, I'm not getting into that. Okay, so that was Miss Mascarovs. Okay, so Kaylin Matthews. How you doing, Kaylin? Your question was, how did I come up with my channel name? Okay, so in the beginning, I was just wanting to... Fun fact. Okay, fun fact about me, since I think you guys deserve it. Before this channel, I had a different channel. With the weirdest name possible. Literally what I did was I was in high school at the time, and I was just standing in a group of people, and I said, someone come up with the weirdest name they can think of, go. And one guy said Quodescience, and that's what I called it. And the thing is when you're making a channel name, normally you like to make a name that you created and that came from your own mind, and that also people can say. And that people can tell other people to, some people still have a problem with D4 lore, but it's a lot easier than Quodescience. Just go ahead and try to spell that word. Exactly. So how I came up with D4 lore. So DE is obviously the first 2 letters of my first name. FOR, the first 3 letters of my last name. LOR in the beginning was because I felt like it, but also I thought it was really cool that whenever someone's caught up on something or when they know a lot about it, they call it lore. Like, hey, the lore on Star Wars or the lore on comic books. And I thought it'd be cool to be like, this is the lore on me. This is literally what you're watching, what you're experiencing is all me. It's all what I am, who I am. And I really wanted it to be, if you liked this channel, if you subscribed to this channel, you were liking me and you were subscribing to me. Not something that I created, not a character that I created, besides my impressions. It's just me. And I just thought that was a cool idea. But it makes it a whole lot worse when someone dislikes your videos or unsubscribes. It makes it pretty painful. But I just hope I'm doing you guys right. So anyway, so that's my answer. Nerdy Girl. How's it going, Nerdy Girl? How you doing? You doing good? That's awesome. I like your hat. Okay. So her questions were, what kind of video games do I like to play? / movies. So that was the answer I was saving up for. So, the video games I like playing are RPGs, pretty much anything but like Call of Duty type games, like competitive shooters. I don't like competitive shooters. MMORPGs, for some reason I don't like. I gotta think of a reason for it, because for some reason I don't. But mostly it's RPGs, things where I can pave my own path. Fallout 4, Infamous, I like Infamous too. Storyline-driven games, I love them to pieces. And anime games too. Anime visual novel kind of games I like, for some odd reason. I don't know why. I'm not invested in them. I like them. Like, it's like something like I come back to every so often. But anyway, that's my answer to that. Yeah, also, Nerdy Girl, you proposed marriage. Will you marry me? LMAO, JK, or am I a smiley face? You don't want this. But thank you. That's very flattering. Thank you very much. Okay, so Crazy Crane Lady. Are you crazy? I don't think so. I think you're a cool person. What do I love most about working with people in retail? That is all of them are very great questions, but that one's a little tough. So, obviously, all of us in retail, which is pretty much almost everyone that's subscribed to me because I talk about retail the most. Retail is really tough, and a lot of the times, a lot of days, the line is very blurry on why you're still there. So, but there's always those moments. There's always those few customers that just, they give you your answer. And the thing I love most about working in retail is the people's reactions when I help them. Because that's what I believe to be my purpose. That's what I love doing, is helping people, is making people smile, making people laugh, and helping them. I love it to pieces. And whenever I help people in retail, I mean, a lot of the times people aren't really that grateful because it's your job. And it's true. They don't have to be. I mean, it's your job. But whenever you go above and beyond for someone, and whenever you actually help them out, sometimes their reaction when they're just like, thank you so much, like, my day's been crap and you made it better. Hearing that just makes me so happy to know that I helped them out. And sometimes, I think someone actually asked this, and I'm sorry. Let me look through this real quick. Okay, 23. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is long, you guys. Please forgive me if you don't like it. I'm trying my best. I want to find out who asked this. Okay, Tribute to Trivium. That is a cool name. Tribute to Trivium asked, favorite experience with a customer. I'm gonna go ahead and answer that now to kind of tie in with this one as well. One time I was helping a customer out over the phone, and we do this joke every so often where we lie about our names or just don't even say them at all. So this was the one where I just didn't say my name at all. I just said, how can I help you? And I was helping, and I was talking to her over the phone, and I helped her the best way I could. Something wrong with her computer. And she was just so grateful. She was like, thank you so very much. You're the best. I was having such a tough time. I called 7 stores, and none of them would help me out because I would talk too much. Thank you so very much. And I was like, it's no problem. You know, she put me in a great mood. 2 days later, she comes to the store for no reason, just to find me. And the thing is in my mind, I was like, I was the only one there. I was the only one working. But in my mind, I was just kind of like, I don't know why I thought, out of nowhere I decided this, but I thought I didn't want to take the credit. Because I wanted her to believe, I didn't want her to single one person out as a good person. You know? Is that weird to say? I wanted her to believe that there are many people that can do that for her. There are many people that can be nice to her. I didn't want her to just be like, it's you and only you. You know, I didn't want her to find me and be like, thank you. And then be like, except for that one guy, you know, everyone else is mean. Because she was having such a tough time. So I left it to mystery. So I told her, I said, unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know who helps you. And then I was talking to her and stuff, and I was trying to be nice as I could too. And she was like, and she just started talking about how everyone here is an incredibly nice person, and that she's gonna never go anywhere else but here. She says, if I need anything, I'm coming straight here. And that was my favorite experience. And that's what I love most about working with people in retail. Is that right there. So that's my answer. To both of you, thank you very much. All right, moving on. My favorite video game. My favorite Video game of all time. Get ready to hate. My favorite video game so far. Dang, that's really tough. What's a game I'd always come back to? I mean, I love Mega Man. Mega Man as a kid, Mega Man 8 specifically, is by far my favorite child game of all time. And I could come back to it. I'd probably say it's tied. Mega Man 8 or Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now, I know a lot of you don't like Assassin's Creed, and it's okay. You know, I was a fanboy at first, but now I'm completely understandable. It's understandable you don't like it, but I love it. So that's my favorite video game so far. Mega Man 8 on PS1. Mega Man 8 and Final Fantasy 7. I'm taking Assassin's Creed back out of it. I love Assassin's Creed to pieces, but they're starting to slip. They started to slip ever since Unity, and I'm just getting sad, guys. But anyway, Kingdom Hearts 3, am I excited? You are absolutely crazy if you wouldn't be excited for that game. I am lividly excited. That is, it's gonna be so great. So good. Also, you asked, PlayStation or Xbox? This is all, also, I'm so sorry. Miss Melissa Wise. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but I love you. PlayStation or Xbox? That is a tough one because I have both. Obviously, as I told you before, I was an Xbox manager for Microsoft, so I was Xbox, but then PlayStation just had a lot of good things. I love their indie games, and I love their exclusives, but I like playing Xbox for multiplayer purposes. But if I'd have to choose one, if you force me to choose one, I'm sorry, Xbox fans, but I'm going to have to go with PlayStation. I mean, I've had PlayStation since I was a kid. I had PS1, PS2. Then I saved up my own money and got a PS3 when it first came out with Metal Gear Solid 4. And then I got an Xbox 360 just because everyone freaking had it. Because Xbox 360 ruled that generation. I'm not going to lie to you. Anyone that has that argument, I'm going to have to stand back and say you're right. Xbox 360 owned that generation. But when it came to the new ones, I think Xbox just thought that they would just add a ton of features. And I don't know, that's another video altogether. Besides the whole other last question I asked you that I already forgot, if you want me to talk about my reason for loving PlayStation, let me know in the comments. All right, still from Miss Melissa. Charmander, Bulbasaur, or Squirtle? It's a tough one, but I'm going to have to say Squirtle. Because I love the elements of water and ice a lot. Those are my favorite elements. So I would have to go with Squirtle. And also freaking Blastoise, bro. Freaking Blastoise. What? I mean, come on. Anyway. All right, next question. Same person. Same freaking person. Got all the questions in the world. You're amazing. Cat or dog person? I have an amazing dog named Murphy, and he's the love of my life. He's all I need. He's my best friend. I love that dog to pieces. He is a dope. Don't get me wrong. He is literally Goofy. If I would rename him, I would name him Goofy. Because he is literally Goofy as a dog. Like, as a serious dog. He runs around and acts like an idiot, but he's awesome. And he's very loyal. He's a very, very loyal dog. But yes, I am a dog person. My parents have 2 cats. I hate one of them. But I'm a dog person. But I still do like cats. Do I have a girlfriend? I don't know why you're asking this question. but anyway, thank you, Melissa, for asking. You ask a freaking ton of questions. Thank you so much. No, I don't. I currently do not. Next question. What's my biggest pet peeve? Pet peeve. Oh my gosh. I'm gone, guys. I'm done. What's my biggest pet peeve? Liars. Let me rephrase that, because I am also one. Well, because sometimes you have to lie. Sometimes it's like you just have to, you know? Like, I'm talking like, do I look fat in this dress? No. No, you don't. But, I'm just joking. That's always the one they go to, so I just figured I'd use it too. The thing is my biggest pet peeve, I don't know. Hard-headedness, if that's a word. Closed-mindedness. That is definitely one. If you just kind of stick to the point, like that's why I don't like arguments. I don't like arguments, and I hate debates. If I run into someone who is open-minded too, and we can have a general educated discussion, I'm on cloud 9. Like instantly, you're my friend. Like I'm just like, this is it. But if you have an opinion about something and you're just like dead set, this is what it is, and you just make up these dumb reasons on my opinions, like you just, okay, he's my friend. I'm not going to say his name. You know who you are if you watch this video. But he does this thing where he will say, and he does it on purpose because he knows it pisses me off, but he says, when he argues, he never ever believes your point, ever. Ever. If he thinks he's right, if he's not open-minded on his point already from the get-go, it's done. It's done. He just thinks he's right. And whenever you argue with him and you make a good point, or any point at all, he'll just say something completely random that makes sense to him, and that's it. That's just mic drop every time. Every comment he says is a mic drop. And it bugs the crap out of me. But he does it on purpose. He knows what he's doing. So it's not like he's closed-minded and an idiot about it. He knows what he's doing. He does it on purpose because it's fun to him. So whatever, let's have fun. But no, but closed-mindedness is probably my biggest pet peeve. If you're not open-minded on something and you're not like, the thing is I'm not saying open-minded to the point where you can be proven wrong. I'm talking about open-minded to the point where you can understand their opinion. Like, if someone says the sky is blue, yes, one guy says the sky is blue, other guy thinks the sky is green, and the guy that says the sky is green is just like, no! And you're just like, dude, look up, it's blue. Like, it's literally blue. Like, no matter what. And then he just says something like, well, what do you just say? My toaster's like yellow? Huh? And you're just like, what? And he's like, exactly. And you're just like, what? No, dude, what? But if you have a different discussion with someone and you say the sky is blue, and he goes, well, but what if my thought of blue is different from yours? And you guys are all saying blue, but I see green. But I know that's green. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if that's the case? And then the guy says the sky is blue could probably... I'm going on a rant. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, closed-mindedness... Sorry, I'll wrap it up. Closed-mindedness is probably my biggest pet peeve. Severe liars to the point where they think they lie about everything. Betrayal. Because I've had a lot of that in my past, and I'm just sick of it. But probably closed-mindedness is probably my biggest one. Closed-mindedness, hard-headedness. I just like it. Anyway. So, oh, I'm so sorry. Nerdy Girl had another question that I already answered. I'm sorry, guys. This is off the rails. 30 minutes in, and I'm off the rails. I'm sorry. All right. Dark cat person. Biggest pet peeve. Okay, what's your dream job? Holy crap, I will tell you what my dream job is. Oh, guys. There's two of them that I would love. One is to be a writer for Rooster Teeth. To be a writer for the company of Rooster Teeth, to help them create something like how they made Ruby. Like, I would love to be a writer for a whole new thing, for a whole new show that I've written one, but that doesn't have to be the one they use. But to help be a writer and actually be like a respected writer, like their team, holy crap, I'd be on cloud 9 for the rest of my life. Second one, doesn't even have to be technically a job, to do anything with him, to do anything creative with Olin Rogers. Oh my goodness glaciers, guys. I've tried to reach out to him, but I know for a fact that a lot of, not for a fact, but I know that most likely, if you have a business email, it's going to block all the spam that's from random people, and I'm one of those random people. But I try to reach out to him to do anything. I would love to work with him, to write with him, to work for the soda parlor. If you don't know who Olin Rogers is, guys, you need to step it up. You guys need to understand the greatness of YouTube when you see Olin Rogers. That guy, oh my goodness, that guy, he's the best. He's the guy, to put in perspective, he's the guy that helped me start YouTube. He's the guy that gave me the courage to start YouTube, because at first I was scared. When I started like trying to create a channel on my own, long time ago. I made this character up. I made this guy that was like a rage monster and thought, because when I did try retail rants before, back when I worked at GameStop, and I tried to create this character that was just angry all the time and hated the world, and I thought that'd be funny. And it got a few views. Some people liked it, like right off the bat. But the thing is it wasn't me, and it turned me into a guy that was angry a lot because I had to be that a lot. So, but then when I saw Olin Rogers' video, Ghost in the Stalls, just the amount of hilarity in that video, I was dying, literally on the floor, and I saw that he wasn't being somebody. The thing is whether you say the argument, because I have some friends that think that, whether you think he makes these stories up or not, it doesn't matter. The thing is the person who says the stories is real. The person who says the stories is a real person, and that's rare in YouTube. That's rare. When you're just truly you. And you just, and the way he loves his fans is the way I always want to. The way he thinks that, you know, he's like, I do this for you guys, and I do this to make you guys smile, and everything else that happens in my YouTube channel is a bonus. The number of subscribers going up is a bonus, and it makes me feel good because it's more people I'm helping, more people that I'm making smile. And that's the way that Devin wants to live his life. So he finally gave me the courage to be me, to push through that part of self-doubt and be me. And he changed me. He made me who I am today. He made D4 Lord. Pretty much. So to work with him, to do anything with him, just talk with the guy, would be an absolute honor. And that is my dream jobs. Or to be more realistic, because, I mean, come on. Olin Rogers, the dream. But, yes, to be a writer for Rooster Teeth, to do anything with that guy, to talk to him, to work with him, the best. Or to be a writer. To be a writer in general, to have my show that I've written take off would be amazing. Who's your favorite superhero? Holy crap, that is a difficult one. Crap. It's so hard after I've seen Deadpool. Because after I saw the Deadpool movie, I want to say Deadpool, but that's just because I saw the movie. If I was to say favorite superhero, dang it. I gotta answer your question. Favorite superhero, as of right now, from my thoughts, I would probably have to say Green Lantern. Just because I love the thought of the rings. Because I actually, the ring you see me wearing, that's true, I'd probably say Green Lantern. The whole comic series is really great, but I love the Green Lantern. Because this ring that you see me wearing is the White Lantern ring. Which resembles life. And I thought that was dope. So I spent